Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
Hello and welcome to episode 75.
Whoa!
What?
I just saw an orb in my own camera.
Awesome. I didn't see that one.
Did you see that? There was another one.
No. Did you take down your fucking dead body news clipping?
I did.
Oh, I don't think that was what was causing them then. I think it's the ghost children that live in your house.
I'm wondering if that one could have been dust, but there's no air in here.
One was maybe dust, one was maybe not.
Well, one went like this.
Okay, no.
And the other one went like this.
Dust does this.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you, Sierra. Yeah, what a great way to start a haunted episode, though.
Yes! Guess what I found at Goodwill?
What?
Goodwill.
I love it. It's a tapestry, guys.
And
it's beautiful. It is of I think a tarot card of the moon card.
The moon.
Yeah.
And
and the sun. Shut up. I'm so jealous.
I know.
That is so awesome. Each. Oh
yeah, at Goodwill.
Oh my god.
These people don't realize what they have.
Are you sure that's not what's causing the orbs in your room right now?
That's
Who knows
possible.
what it would have done? People did with that. Maybe cleanse them before you hang them up. That's
Well,
so
I'm thinking, being in lower Alabama, that they were probably in a house that somebody came in and exorcised. So, you're like, get rid of this demon paper or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, my grandma just called my tarot cards devil cards. So
Yeah,
that makes sense. Also, that's a perfect segue in today's episode because not only is it a haunted episode, but my case references exorcisms. So
what?
I know, Sierra, get out of my brain. Before we get into this week's episode, though, do you have a fun fact for me?
My fun fact is that which one do I want to use? The axolotl. You know what an axolotl is? It's an animal. It's also a Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
But it's a real animal. It's a salamander.
Oh. Is it cute?
It's
Some
fucking
salamanders
adorable.
are so cute.
It's
Some are
also on
ugly as hell.
Minecraft. It's a very
another
very
orb just went by your head
right now.
Well, I don't think it's dust. I think maybe take those tapestries out of there.
No way.
Until you cleanse them. Sierra's haunted, guys.
This is what an axolotl looks like. He's always smiling.
Stop it. Oh my god. Can you do that thing on Google where you can put one in your room?
I don't know. I don't know if I can with that one.
I am obsessed with doing that with animals that I can. Since you've showed me that. Thanks a lot.
No,
Are you trying?
I can't.
Damn it.
But
But he's very cute.
yeah. Anyway, the axolotl is a very popular animal among children right now. When we go to the zoo, at least when we did in Nashville, the Nashville Zoo, there's an axolotl in the reptile and amphibian house, and there's always a line to look at the thing. It's just in water. It's a water salamander in its childlike form. Once it becomes an adult, it's not as cute, and it doesn't live in the water anymore. But as the child form of it lives in water, and it stays
so weird.
in the child form for 15 years. It has no reason to become an adult unless it runs out of water. Then it becomes an adult to breathe. It would rather be in the water.
That's so cool.
Which is, a fun fact in itself.
What is nature?
The funnest fact is that it can heal itself. Axolotls, like a fucking werewolf or vampire, if you cut it, it heals itself back up. If you cut its leg off, it regrows a leg.
Excuse me?
If a part of its heart is missing, it'll regrow its heart. If a part of its brain is missing, it'll regrow its brain.
I hope that dickish humans don't try testing on them to figure out how it's doing that.
how do you think we know they do that?
I mean, at least they reheal themselves. That makes me feel better.
It uses stem cells. And that's why humans are like, stem cell research. Yeah, they're trying to figure out how humans can do this. And not only does it regrow its own organs back, it can regrow other organs. Like, so there's this podcast that I'm listening to that I think I might have mentioned in the last episode called Just the Zoo of Us. This is where I heard this. But basically, like, if this little axolotl dies, and that little axolotl's missing a leg, you can take this one's leg and give it to that one, and it'll, like, whoop, now it's got a new leg. So what I'm thinking is, my grandma had her leg amputated. If someone else just gave, like, if someone donated their leg to her.
And that was a possible thing.
Yeah. That's what axolotls do. It's freaking crazy.
I have so much respect for this little guy. I don't even
he's awesome.
know. And he's adorable. I think you should get one as a pet. I'm just saying.
They're actually I think they're critically endangered, or maybe just endangered in the wild. But domesticated, they're doing great.
Okay.
Because people do take care of them. In the wild,
so
their habitats are dying off.
A little dude that came and smiled at you?
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yeah, in the wild, their habitats are dying off, but domestic, they're doing great. I would, if amphibians didn't stink all the time. I hate amphibian water in the house.
That's fair.
Ick.
I don't like cleaning my fish tank, but I love my fish.
We did just get a fish.
What kind of fish
and
did you
tomorrow
get? A beta?
Sissy got a beta fish, and Bubba is getting a red-tailed shark.
Oh, cool.
Which is like
in
this big,
separate tanks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have two bubble
Please don't
tanks.
put those in a tank together.
No.
You'll have to send me a picture. I love tanks. Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, the beta fish he's red, white, and blue. And, we already have Frank and Stanley. Yeah. Now we have Steve. As in Steve Rogers, like Captain America.
I got where you're going with that. I love it.
We like old man names.
Apparently. Okay. So Bubba better live up to that with this red-tailed shark.
I know. We don't know yet.
Fun thing about red-tailed sharks is they will get as big as their tank allows. So if he ever outgrows a tank, you could always get him a slightly bigger tank and could get a big shark happening up in there. But that's super cool. Please send me pictures because I love tanks. Okay. Even though I hate cleaning them, because you are right, they do smell.
For Steve's tank, we found this thing in the beta section that were like Orbeez instead of gravel. They're like little bubbly things. It's supposed to be a ball pit for your beta fish. He'll play in it. He does not play in it.
Stop it.
And I don't like it. They're like almost less dense than water, so sometimes they just float around the tank.
Please send me a video of this. I need to understand it.
I don't think Steve likes it.
I don't think Steve will like that either.
No, there's no heater, but he's just in the bathroom. He's got a good temperature going.
I guess it is Alabama, so
yeah, he's in the bathroom. The bathroom is fish themed already, like underwater themed. So their tanks are in the bathroom.
Aw, yeah. That's cute. Yeah, you might have to upgrade and get Steve some regular rocks.
Yeah, I think we're going to, because I don't like them. What's your fun fact?
I don't know where to go from here. My fun fact's about animals too, so look at us being on the same wavelength. So my fun fact is about squirrels. They will adopt orphans.
What?
So if there is an orphaned pup, as baby squirrels are called, they have an intense motherly instinct and will take them in.
That's so nice of them.
That's so wholesome.
Oh.
Well, they're already pretty social animals, so I guess it makes sense. But I just thought that was so cute.
Yeah.
I also really like squirrels. I follow a guy on Twitter. No? On TikTok that this like squirrel he rescued from like a bunch of raccoons that had attacked it and like nursed it back to health, and now that's just his pet. He just has a pet squirrel.
There's a guy like 3 houses down who rescued a raccoon.
Oh!
He had a baby raccoon that he was just feeding a bottle on his front porch. I was like, what are you doing?
Stop it!
Yeah.
And is he gonna re-release it, or is he gonna keep it?
I don't know. I mean, he's bottle feeding it, so I would like to think it probably can't survive in the wild. But then again, raccoons kind of don't survive without humans even in the wild.
Yeah, that's why they're trash pandas. Yeah. Yeah. I relate very much to raccoons. I have dark circles under my eyes. I eat junk. I am mostly nocturnal, and if you threaten me, I will attack, even though I'm cute. Kevin sent me a thing, and I was like, I feel attacked.
Oh my gosh.
It's true, though. If I could be any animal, I guess being a raccoon isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But raccoons don't drink wine, or at least they shouldn't. And show the people the beautiful bottle that you picked out for today.
This is our wine for today. Oops.
So fitting with your sun tarot card.
I know.
Tapestry that you just showed me.
I love it.
Today we are drinking Schmidt Sonne Riesling. It is a German wine, and it is a medium-bodied Riesling with peach and fine apple aromas, a firm and fruity palate, and crisp acidity that results in a well-balanced wine, easy to drink. It is a little bit lower in ABV. It's 9.5%, but we'll deal with it. They recommend that you serve it chilled and basically enjoy it with anything. It's pretty well-rounded Rieslings. They're usually on the sweeter side, but I'm finding that this one isn't too sweet.
The back has a sweet scale.
Okay.
And it says medium sweet.
Okay. But I like it so far. This is the last of the bottle, so that's what kind of day I'm having. Because it's so fucking hot here.
I didn't chill mine.
Oh no, but you have your eyeballs in it.
So I put my cold eyeballs.
So if you hear that noise throughout the episode, guys, it's Sierra's frozen eyeballs. How perfect for a haunted episode.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Right? It's
it
really
like
good.
Moscato.
It's not like too sweet, but it's not too dry. It's like perfect. You could drink it all night and forget that you drank a whole bottle, which is exactly what I did. So
this is really good. I was looking at the Moscatos because we've been doing, I think we did like a ton of the
Pinot Grigios,
Pinots, and then we did a Sauv Blanc, and I was like, what haven't we done? And I was like, Chardonnay, but that's kind of gross. Moscato, I love, but Alecia doesn't really. I saw this one, and I was like, okay.
For the variety of the show, I got it. I don't mind. We can also go down the Gewürztraminer rabbit hole, too.
I didn't see any.
Oh,
I did find one that we'll have to do one time. It was something I'd never heard of before. It was from the Dominican.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and it
new.
was a white, but it was something that I've never seen before. So we'll try
being
that.
Attacked by my own hair. If anyone's watching this on YouTube, yes, please. I've never actually tried a Dominican wine, so that'll be new. What would you rate this one? Since you love it so much,
this one is so good, so smooth. It's really not too sweet. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna give me a headache or whatever. I'm gonna give this a 9.
Okay,
it is good.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I like it quite a lot, even though my cup is covered in rabbit hair, and that's a dangerous game we're playing. But
if you are a person who usually does not like wine, try this wine. It will be, if you are a person who usually doesn't like wine because it's like dry and mouthfeel and yuck, how I used to be, this one will be like inching you closer to trying new things.
It's really good.
It's really good. I love it. Mm-hmm.
It's inching closer to being a really gross temperature for me. So before we get on with this week's haunted episode, we are going to take a quick break and hear a promo from Keep It Weird podcast. Be right back. Let's do this. I'm excited to tell you about this one. Okay. So today I am telling you about the Ancient Ram Inn. Have you ever heard of it? Okay.
The ancient
Ram Inn. Yeah, like ram is in like the animal.
Where is it?
It is located in England.
Okay, interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Cool. That's what I strive for. So this building is a 12th century inn that is over 1,000 years old. The first documentation's coming from 1142. So just a little bit ago. Just a smidgen.
A little bit.
Just a smidgen. And it is located in the small town of Watton-under-Edge, England, within the Stroud district of Gloucestershire. And I know that we are like inching up in the UK downloads for true crime, so guys, don't hate me for that. I tried my best.
I think it's just called...
It says Gloucestershire. Gloucestershire? Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Forgive me in my,
Does it give you a pronunciation?
No!
Oh, I think it's Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire? Alright, well...
I think.
Let us know if
I
Sierra
feel like that's
is right.
the way I've heard it.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard that word Gloucestershire, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong too.
Please let us know, guys, because we love you and we appreciate you listening. One of our most recent reviews that we'll read at the end of this episode comes from a UK listener, so let us know. So today, yeah, please, love us. I'm sorry. Today it is owned by a historical, not owned, but it's monitored by a historical society in England as a grade 2 listed building. And from my understanding of researching that, it is basically that it's not threatened to be torn down, like it's a protected building.
Okay.
And it's considered one of the most haunted places in Great Britain. Just steps from St. Mary's Church, it was initially intended to house masons and other slaves and workers that were building the church itself at the time. In 1154, it was taken as a personal house by a local priest named Gurinus or Jurinus. I'm not sure how to say that, but I tried again. Also, it's the theme of today's episode, guys. I'm sorry. So also during its history, the inn became a local pub as well as a bed and breakfast. While it was a bed and breakfast, though, people would try and escape out of the windows in the middle of the night, so desperate to get out of there. So
that's
alarming.
Alarming.
Yes. I know, right? And the pub closed in the 1960s. And there was rumors of the building needing to be torn down at that time that started to stir because they were like, it's unsafe, it's haunted, it's devilly, you know, all those things. The longest ownership of the inn was of John Humphreys and his family. So he actually purchased it in the late 1960s after the pub and bed and breakfast closed. And his intent behind it initially was that he wanted to protect the building. He appreciated its intriguing history and bravely made the ancient Ram Inn his home. John bought the house in 1968, and he was introduced to the angry ghosts within his first night owning his new home. 1996. 86. No, sorry. 1968. I had a dyslexic moment there. We're okay.
Okay.
So yeah, within his first night, he had some happenings.
Mm-hmm.
After going to sleep, he claimed that a demonic force grabbed him by his ankles and dragged him out of his bed and across the room. And in the Ancient Ram Inn, there is a newspaper article covering his story about it. So there are a lot of supporting literature about the hauntings that happened in this house right when you walk in, just pinned all over the walls, because today it is a place that you can go and visit. John Humphrey's family actually left. While there was marital troubles between him and his wife took their 3 daughters with her, and leading up to this, there was a number of paranormal activities happening that made them feel like they couldn't live there any longer. But John was stubborn, and he didn't want the building to be torn down, and even though there was some negative energy that occurred there, he felt like his decision was the right one, and he stayed. But he refused to sleep without his Bible near him. He would clutch it when there was paranormal happenings that he believed to be evil.
That'll save you.
And he remained in the home until his death in December of 2017. The reason that the building is believed to be haunted has several theories, with one of the main ones being that it is built on top of a pagan burial ground, and bodies are still being turned up throughout the property to this day.
What?
Not great energy. Not great energy for a home. Just saying.
Yeah.
The church and its graveyard are just steps from the inn as well, and the whole land is quote-unquote believed to be soaked in blood throughout history. Long before the building's construction, its story begins in... Fuck you, pop-ups. Its story begins in low-lying wetlands near Potter's Pond. The land sits at the intersection of two ley lines. Do you know what ley lines are?
Yes, but go ahead and explain it. I've heard these words before, yes.
I figured you would have, but they're areas that people believe have spiritual energy, and they usually run in two different directions, either latitudinal or longitudinal. And using a map, looking at these lines on a map, they can be traced directly to England's most famous sacred site, Stonehenge, which I thought was perfect because we just talked about Stonehenge on July's bonus episode for Patreon. So go check that out.
Yeah.
If you're looking for some more twisted content, which we know you are because we're so good at speaking English on regular episodes. Okay, everything's fine. So, the legend has it that the energy from Stonehenge travels the ley lines and feeds into the property's paranormal power. There's also another ley line that goes the other way, not far from where the property is located. So,
are either of these the 37th degree latitude line?
Now I need
AKA
to Google it.
The paranormal highway. Is that what we call it? The line of tragedy. Sorry.
Hold on. Now I need to
Paranormal
know.
highway
I
is what it's
forgot. I
called.
forgot about that ley line through ancient. No. But good
Spooky
question.
things happen everywhere.
It's true. Good question, though. There has been evidence of human sacrifice, devil worship, and it is haunted by more spirits than can be counted, including ghost children and a pagan high priestess. Or she is sometimes known as an evil witch.
Why should I be evil?
She mean. We'll get into it. There has also been sexual encounters with an incubus recorded by John Humphreys and a number of other people that stayed at the bed and breakfast. So, ghost activity is already unsettling as it is, but can you imagine being, groped by a ghost?
Poltergroped.
Being poltergroped is not my thing.
No? You wouldn't want to know? I feel like I would want to know.
I don't know if you'd want to know in the context of an incubus and a succubus, though.
But,
that's ooh.
Sometimes dreams are nice. Wouldn't it just feel like that? You know what I mean?
Was it your cousin or Jesse's friend, or who was it that said he was poltergroped? Yeah. One of your acquaintances.
Friend.
Yeah. So, not great. But
I
not
mean,
for me.
Described it as amazing.
Yeah,
so.
not for me. But if anybody has been poltergroped, let us know.
Yeah.
The ancient Ram Inn has been investigated by paranormal researchers, particularly for television shows like Ghost Adventures. We don't talk about Zach Baggins in the show. Most Haunted. And the inn was also featured on Great Britain Ghosts and was also investigated by a UK paranormal study group led by a man named Kieran Butler, which, what I gathered, he's pretty reputable in the paranormal research field. So, pretty cool. One of the most well-known spirits surrounding the inn, like I said, is that of the evil witch. She was actually burned at the stake. The burning occurred in the 1500s at the height of the prosecutions against those that were believed to be accused of witchcraft and being a witch, which, if you want a reminder of what that was like, go and listen to Sierra's episode on the Salem witch trials, because no matter where it happened in the world, no matter where it happened in the world, though, the accusations went very similarly.
Yeah.
Many people believe that this woman's spirit still haunts the ancient Ram Inn today because she took refuge there shortly before she was captured and killed. Today, the room is called the Witch's Room, and it's located on the 2nd floor. A photo of a face has been captured in the window when photographing the property. People frequently hear footsteps when they are on the main floor of the inn and no one is in the witch's room above them. A woman's laugh has been captured and people have been scratched in that room, specifically 3 scratches, which is said to mock the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, because she's like, you dumbasses believe in this shit, watch this.
I listened to one of the EVPs with a laugh, though, and it's, like, super unsettling, so it's, like, maniacal.
I would laugh maniacally if I was burned at a stake.
I mean, I don't blame her. I'm kind of on her side in this way, but also I don't want to fuck with her either, so.
Fuck with her? No. Be poltergroped by her?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Quote of the episode. During his time living there, John Humphreys found evidence of ritual sacrifice and devil worship, like I said earlier. Even more disturbing, though, he discovered the skeletal remains of several children under the staircase during renovations. No. Yeah. Within the skeletons, there were broken daggers that were found. And historians believe that in these deadly rituals, the dagger was broken after the ritual was completed so that they could never be used again, thus, like, closing the ritual. The daggers have been moved
Vampire
to a
Diaries
local museum.
If you take it out, they come back.
Yeah.
Leave it in.
Yeah, so if
leave it in, break it off, it's fine.
Yeah, so that they can't get it out of the body. Exactly. Yeah. So those are at a local museum. If anyone is interested, the town of Wharton is super small, so no trouble finding it. I'm pretty sure it's the only museum.
Pick us up on the way.
Yeah, exactly. No pressure. It's just a 16-hour flight. It's fine. During his renovations of the barn on the property, and by he I mean John Humphreys, bodies were found and abruptly renovations were stopped. They opened up one of the walls in the barn to create more space for storage, and they actually found an open grave site, which is still in the barn. It's super eerie. It's just a big chunk of the floor that's been removed and is exposing the dirt underneath. During the investigation of the property, a local historian and his son were just, observing their findings and trying to figure out what era this could have been from, etc., etc. And his son was actually picked up and thrown across the room.
Okay.
So not great. Not what you want, what you really, really want. I'm so sorry. All of our listeners are gone. There are also stories of the former innkeeper's daughter being hanged in the attic. She was said to be murdered in the early 1500s prior to the witch trials, and people attempting to sleep in what's called the bishop's room underneath often hear the sound of something heavy being dragged across the floor above their heads. It's thought that this was her before she was strung up to the attic ceiling and hanged to death.
No.
No bueno. And as if all of this wasn't enough, the bishop's room is considered to be the most haunted room in the ancient Ram Inn. This is where bishops stayed in days past, and the room is supposedly haunted by the spirits of several bishops today. There were 2 monks that were said to be in one corner of the room, and many people have reported apparitions of this. They have heard terrified screams of a man who they believe was the man that was reputedly murdered by having his head put into a fireplace.
What is reputedly?
Like
reputation.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know why I choose to use words that I don't know how to say during recordings, but those are 2 of the paranormal happenings, and then the third is a phantom shepherd and his dog that have been seen standing near the door of the bedroom. So,
puppy?
Yeah, I know. Anything that has like a ghost dog, I'm like, are you really evil? I would like to think you're with man's best friend, so you got to be like a friend of mine, right? Like, you just got to make friends with the ghosts sometimes. Several exorcisms were said to have needed to be performed after people spent an evening in the bishop's room. At least 10 to be exact that were reported. So just a casual number of exorcisms.
It sounds like The Shining shit.
Right? Orbs of spirits have been photographed by paranormal investigators, and shadow figures have been seen walking across this room as well. Shows such as Ghost Adventures, Season 2, Episode 8 have captured said shadow figures walking across the room.
Ghost Adventures went to England in Season 2?
Mm-hmm. This is when Zach Baggins didn't have facial hair. It's weird. And it's so bad.
How dare he be popular enough to go international in Season 2?
I watched the video on YouTube of like the shadow figure that they captured. Oh my god, it's so bad.
So bad like it looks fake, or so bad like he's
so bad like he's just the worst. Yeah. Throughout the inn, disembodied voices have been captured, objects have been moved, pictures have been thrown off the wall, and visitors feel a deep sense of dread and foreboding.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Since her father's death, Carolyn Humphreys has possession of the ancient Ram Inn and has given invitations to archaeologists to study its unique history, as well as the land around it, and the quote-unquote hotel, as it's now known as, remains open to visitors. Most are paranormal tourists who test their bravery by spending the night. Some guests have tried to escape out of the windows in the middle of the night, similar to when it was a bed and breakfast.
No.
So desperate to get out of the house. So the question is, Sierra, would you be brave enough to spend a night in the ancient Ram Inn?
No. And I don't think it's about bravery. I think it's about smartness. Like, don't be dumb.
About like just salvaging your own humanity. Just
yes.
No, I don't want to be a part of that.
If it's known to make you
human
need
preservation,
to be exercised,
that's what.
If it's known that you want to like crawl out the fucking way, like if it is so scary
you're
that
gonna
you
be
can't willingly leave, you don't do that.
Multiple bodies are in the grounds underneath you.
Yeah, like, I get staying the night in scary places. Destination Fear is, like, my fucking favorite. They literally only do that. They stay the night in scary places.
Yeah, speaking of Zach Baggins, guys, if you're a fan of Ghost Adventures for some crazy reason, go check out Destination Fear. Dakota Layden was one of his cameramen for a really long time. We covered his first ever documentary, Trail to Terror, as a Patreon bonus. Go check that out as well. But way better and way more respectful, in my opinion.
Yeah. Way more interesting, too.
Yeah.
And, like, realistic.
You got a really good history of the place.
But yeah, I get wanting to stay the night at scary places. I don't get wanting to stay the night at places that you know is going to basically fuck with your mental health. That shit's important and serious.
Absolutely.
Doesn't make you brave. It makes you
like people have gotten pounding headaches. They've felt sick. Yeah. Like that's not a place you want to stay for the night. So
no.
Something in these walls is telling you not to be here. So But I'm hoping that more research brings more information as to what is happening within these walls, and I'm hoping that more and more spirits are able to be laid to rest properly as a result, because, anger spirits are a thing. So, yeah, that is the Ancient Ram Inn in England. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to go. I wouldn't like to stay the night.
Yeah.
I would like to go.
It is beautiful. I will show you some pictures.
Everything over there is
Alecia
beautiful.
Fashion. Oh my god, it's so
all
cute
like
though. Like, it looks all wholesome on the
1600.
outside, and then it's like...
I mean, older. Sorry, older than 1600. Ancient compared to America.
I like that it's literally has that in the name.
Oh, it's so cool. Why is there an American flag?
I don't know. No, it's a British flag. Is it? No, that's an American flag. You're right. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
That's weird.
Super weird. But yeah, that's the front. And
that is
then
really pretty.
There's a plaque on it that marks that it's from the 10th century.
Yep.
That's part of its protection rights. And it says the haunt of highwaymen. Highwaymen? Yeah, well, that'll make sense when you see the back of it. Backs onto a road. So literally people built land and things around it because it can't be torn down, and also they're probably afraid of it.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is! But haunted as fuck. But you wouldn't know from looking at these photos, right? Like, it's like wholesome looking.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Right? I love the whatever this architectural feature is on like little old cottages. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is my story. Hopefully Sierra has a less creepy way to end the episode on what day it is today.
Of course. Always, always, always. Today is August 9th.
Ooh.
And on this day, in 1944, the campaign and character Smokey Bear was born.
Aww.
Smokey Bear, the one who tells you that only you can prevent wildflowers. Wildflowers.
Don't prevent wildflowers.
Yeah, no,
prevent wildfires.
Only you can prevent wildfires. However, his original slogan was, Smokey says care will prevent 9 out of 10 forest fires. And now it has been changed to, remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Not even wild forest. I wonder if that's a Mandela thing. I swear it was wildfires.
Ooh, that would be a good thing to look into.
It's forest fires,
because that's kind of trippy. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, a fun little thing about this is that the most recent voice of Smokey Bear is actually the actor Sam Elliott.
Oh, really?
Sam Elliott,
I
right?
love him. Yeah.
Sam Elliott was born on August 4th, 1944. The same day Smokey Bear was invented.
That's so cool.
They have the same birthday.
I wonder if that's why he got the job.
Maybe. I mean, also, his voice is like
awesome.
It's
Sam Elliott.
For a bear.
I think the most recent thing he's worked on is The Ranch on Netflix with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh no, there's definitely newer stuff than that.
Is there? Okay. That's the most recent thing I've seen him in. Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty popular since The Ranch.
Yeah. He's got a good voice. He's a good actor. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. If you like the show, remember to leave a 5-star rating and review. Like our friend Jonathan Welford on Apple Podcasts, he says, cracking chemistry. These lovely ladies have cracking chemistry and make a perfect story. Can't wait for the next episode. So thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yes, thank you.
That's awesome. And friendly reminder, you will get entered to win a free month of Patreon. Friendly reminder to our winner from June, Squirrel 987654321, to write into us and let us know where we can send those details to. Yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. If you're craving more twisted content, go check out our Patreon, and we'll see you next week for a brand new episode. And in the meantime,
keep it twisted.
Thank you for listening to Twisted and Uncorked podcast. Remember to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can also check out all of our sources and materials, as well as photos for the episode, on our website at twistedanduncorked.com. And you can follow us on social media at Twisted and Uncorked or Twisted_pod on Twitter. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode. Cheers!